Hi, and welcome back to a quick thought episode of the Teach for the Heart podcast, where you'll get a powerful idea or word of encouragement in a short, to-the-point format. Here we go. Today, we want to talk about pocket phrases, which are a great strategy for you to use in your classroom management. And what I mean by pocket phrases are phrases that you can kind of have like in your back pocket, as it were, ready to use in various situations. These phrases work best when they're repeated consistently. So for example, every time someone argues with you, you respond with this pocket phrase, or every time someone blurts out an answer, pocket phrase. So they're used repetitively over and over and over until students could actually probably say them even before you do. Another best practice with pocket phrases is all kinds of pocket phrases are good, but they're even best when they're about what you will do as opposed to what the student will do. So I'm going to share with you 5 or 6 pocket phrases that are really great. Some of these come from Love and Logic. Others I've accumulated from various places, and they're all really, really helpful. So here's the first one. I give full credit to work that's turned in on time. Okay, so this is a pocket phrase that you can pull out whenever there are questions or concerns or arguments about work being due. I give full credit to work that's turned in on time. Now, you notice how it says what you will do as opposed to what you expect of your students. That's what we meant when we said it's best when they're focused on what you will do. Notice how it starts with I. I give full credit to work that's turned in on time. That's great because it's a statement of what you're going to do, which you're in control of, as opposed to just saying, like, make sure you turn in work on time. That's an imperative. That's kind of like, that has a different connotation to students, right? You're telling them what to do versus this is just explaining the parameters. This is what is going to happen. And then the choice is implied. Here's another great one. I care about you too much to argue. So whenever students are arguing, you can pull out that pocket phrase. I care about you too much to argue, and use it over and over and over. And that, by the way, that one's paired great with just saying that and then walking away or changing the subject. So that's the end of that conversation. Here's another one. I'll listen when your voice is calm like mine. Particularly greater for those younger students who are being argumentative, or honestly for high schoolers as well. Here's another one. I'll begin lining people up as soon as it's quiet. I'm happy to discuss this when respect is shown. So in all these cases, do you see how this is something that you can use over and over again? It's just clarifying the expectation, how you're going to respond. But when you use them over and over, the boundary becomes very clear, and how you're going to handle it becomes clear to students, and so they know what to expect. So those are just a few examples of pocket phrases. If you like any of these in particular, great, use them, see what a difference they make. But remember that you can also come up with your own. So if you can think about a situation, just ask yourself, how am I going to handle this? What could I say consistently that if my students grasped, and they will grasp because you're going to say it over and over and over and over, would really help in the situation. So feel free to make up your own pocket phrases, to share with each other as well. Before we go, though, I want to share one last one. This is one of my favorite pocket phrases. I think it is so wise to have kind of a catch-all phrase at the ready when something happens in class that you just don't know what to do with. Because no matter how well you plan, there's always something that will just completely throw you off guard. It's just completely unexpected, and you're just like, wow, I don't even know what to do. So when I was teaching, I used the phrase, see me after class. When I didn't know what to do, or I was like, I have to deal with this later, but I wanted to show the class I am going to deal with it, I would just say, see me after class. So that one definitely could be your pocket phrase. But I actually love Love and Logic's pocket phrase for this scenario. It's, I'm going to have to do something about that. I love that. It's like beautifully unclear, right? It's clear that you're going to do something, but it doesn't tie you down to anything. It doesn't say when you'll deal with it, how you'll deal with it, just that you're going to have to do something about it. And then that gives you time and space to think and then circle back with that student. So I love that. I'm going to have to do something about that. So I hope you guys enjoyed these pocket phrases and that you'll try one out in your classroom. Remember, though, the key is using them consistently. So don't give up if the first time you use it, it doesn't magically make a difference. The magic comes in the consistency and using it over and over and over. If you'd like more help with classroom management and more great classroom management tips and strategies like this, we have 2 awesome trainings that we'd like to invite you to. The first is called How to Reduce Disruptions Without Yelling, Begging, or Bribing, and that is available on demand at teachfortheheart.com/free. That's teachfortheheart.com/free. The second training that we have is going to be part of our Rise Up Summit. I'm going to be teaching a session at the summit called Classroom Management that fosters respect. And you can check out that session if you go to riseupchristianeducators.com and sign up for the summit. It's completely free, and then you'll be able to attend my session at no charge. So go to riseupchristianeducators.com to sign up for that. I do hope that I'll see you at the summit. Before I go, though, I have one final announcement to make, and that is that we are going to be taking a 2-week break from the podcast because we are putting together a brand new podcast format for you that I'm hoping and praying will be a huge help and a blessing. I will be back in 2 weeks with a special episode that outlines why we're making this change and what the new podcast format is going to look like. And then we'll start into the new format. And we have so many exciting things planned for you there. So thank you so much for being a podcast listener. I can't wait to share this new format with you. And so I'll see you hopefully first of all at the summit and then back here on the podcast in a couple weeks. Thank you guys again so much. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. In the meantime, keep growing, keep trusting. You really are making a difference.